Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0463 pertains to the fuel level sensor, specifically indicating that the fuel gauge sending unit has registered a high voltage level in its circuit. This issue could hinder the accurate reading of the fuel level in your Honda Civic 2022 or newer model. The Powertrain Control Module, PCM, is responsible for monitoring the sensor output and determines that an abnormality exists when the voltage surpasses a predefined threshold. The vehicle's performance and operation may be affected, leading to potential misunderstanding about the fuel remaining. Understanding this Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC, is crucial for troubleshooting and ensuring the vehicle operates optimally. This presentation will assist you in comprehending the causes, symptoms, and steps required to address the issue. The fuel level sensor, specifically the fuel gauge sending unit, is responsible for monitoring and reporting the fuel level to the vehicle systems. This unit is integrated into the fuel tank assembly. It uses a float mechanism to measure the fuel level and converts this information into an electrical signal directly sent to the Powertrain Control Module, PCM. When the voltage output from this sensor exceeds a certain limit, which is seen in DTC P0463, it indicates a malfunction, prompting the PCM to store this specific DTC. The high voltage reading signifies an abnormality in the circuit that requires immediate attention to prevent incorrect fuel readings, fuel mismanagement, or operational inefficiencies in the vehicle. Ensuring proper function from this component is vital, as it affects driving range awareness and engine management from the PCM. Several possible causes can lead to DTC P0463, starting with a faulty fuel gauge sending unit itself. If the internal components of this unit malfunction, it could erroneously output high voltage readings. Another significant cause could be an open circuit in the wiring connected to the sensor, which would prevent normal operation and cause voltage irregularities. The gauge control module, which processes the information from the fuel gauge sending unit, may also be problematic and could fail to interpret the readings correctly. Additionally, corroded connectors can impede proper electrical connection, leading to erroneous signals being sent to the PCM. Lastly, if there is an improper voltage supply to the sensor, it may become unable to function correctly, displaying high values falsely. Diagnosing and addressing these potential issues systematically is key to resolving this DTC. When DTC P0463 occurs, several symptoms may manifest in the Honda Civic. The most immediate and noticeable symptom is inaccurate readings on the fuel gauge. It may indicate incorrect fuel levels, misleading the driver. You may also notice the check engine light illuminated, a common indication of underlying issues that need addressing. Furthermore, the fuel warning system could fail, potentially leading to unexpected fuel depletion while driving. In some cases, improper readings from the fuel level sensor can lead to broader engine control issues, as the PCM relies on accurate fuel data to optimize engine performance. Identifying these symptoms promptly can help minimize further complications or inconveniences when using the vehicle. The first troubleshooting step for diagnosing DTC P0463 involves turning the vehicle to the on mode and waiting for approximately 30 seconds. This action allows the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, to initiate calibration processes and stabilize readings. You should then check the voltage output from the fuel gauge sending unit to confirm if high voltage readings are present. Ensure continuity and correctness during this phase, as it directly impacts subsequent diagnostic steps. If high voltage continues to present itself, you must further investigate the wiring and other components affected by this circuit. Understanding proper procedures in this initial step ensures that later troubleshooting is both efficient and effective. In this second step, the focus shifts to the fuel gauge sending unit itself. Remove the appropriate connectors to perform a thorough inspection of the unit. Conduct the fuel gauge sending unit test to evaluate if it functions according to specifications. Use a multimeter to check the sensor output while varying the float position manually. A failure in this test would indicate that the fuel gauge sending unit is likely the root cause of the high voltage condition. Ensure that you have a proper reference for normal operating conditions as per manufacturer specifications. This focused testing on the sending unit is crucial before proceeding to inspect other components or wiring. The third troubleshooting step centers on the external circuit connected to the fuel gauge sending unit. Inspect the fuel gauge plus and fuel gauge minus wires for potential damage, breaks, or corrosion. A clear open wire could lead directly to the high voltage condition highlighted by DTC P0463. Perform an open wire inspection to confirm continuity. Ideally, the resistance should be less than 1 ohm, indicating that the wiring is intact and functioning correctly. Pay special attention to the connectors and any potential points of failure along the circuit. If any abnormalities are found during this investigation, replacing or repairing the wiring would be essential to ensure proper zero voltage conditions in the sending unit's output. The fourth step involves assessing the gauge control module, which plays a critical role in interpreting the signal from the fuel gauge sending unit. If all previous inspection items appeared normal, proceed with inspecting the gauge control module functionality. Be sure to perform any necessary module inspection tests specified in the diagnostic guidelines. A failure in this module could lead to erroneous voltage outputs and thus trigger DTC P0463. Understanding the role of the gauge control module as part of the information processing tree leading to accurate fuel level reporting is vital for a successful diagnosis and repair. Confirming that the module is in good working order is crucial before concluding further repair requirements. After completing the necessary repairs, including replacing any faulty components or rectifying circuit issues, it is imperative to perform a final verification. Utilize the Honda Diagnostic System HDS to clear the DTC P0463 from the vehicle's computer. After clearing the code, conduct a thorough test of the fuel system by turning the ignition on and monitoring the fuel level readings. Ensure that the gauge accurately reflects the actual fuel level in the tank and that no new DTCs are generated. This final verification step is significant to confirm that the issue has been resolved and that the system operates within specifications. Regular testing throughout this process helps guarantee that all repairs made yield positive results and enhance vehicle performance. To prevent the recurrence of DTC P0463 and maintain optimal vehicle performance, certain preventive maintenance steps can be recommended. First, regularly inspect the wiring and connectors associated with the fuel gauge sending unit. Keeping these components in good condition will help avoid future issues with high voltage or erroneous readings. Second, ensure that all electrical connections are clean and free from corrosion. This guarantees proper signal transmission between components. Periodically checking the fuel sensor readings can also help identify any discrepancies early, allowing for timely corrections. Adopting these preventive measures can contribute significantly to the longevity of components involved and overall vehicle reliability. In conclusion, diagnosing DTC P0463, which relates to the fuel level sensor circuit high voltage, is crucial for ensuring proper vehicle function. The steps taken throughout this troubleshooting process starting from assessing the fuel gauge sending unit to checking any external circuitry and the gauge control module, lead to effectively addressing and rectifying the issue. Thorough understanding of each component's role provides key insights into addressing abnormalities efficiently. Moreover, implementing preventive maintenance actions enriches the vehicle's lifespan, enhancing reliability with regards to the fuel monitoring system. Following this structured approach to addressing DTCs not only aids in proper repair execution, but also promotes overall vehicle safety and functionality. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.